Sponsored by.
As Mexico gears up for its biggest ever elections on June 2, the campaigning, heavily marred with violence, officially concluded on Wednesday as a record 36 candidates were murdered during the electoral process. Spanning from Jalisco in the west to Chiapas in the south, numerous reports of violence against candidates and their staff were reported across Mexico, reflecting the country's deep-rooted issue of organized crime and political instability. Despite this political instability and violence, Mexico, Latin America's second-largest economic country, will be holding its largest election ever with more than 20,000 local, state and federal government positions up for grabs and almost 100 million Mexicans eligible to vote. However, it is predicted that due to the massive surge in political violence this election season, the voter turnout might be low. While the surge in violence against presidential candidates can be attributed to local criminal groups and the fragmentation of larger organized crime syndicates, this election season is set to witness Mexico scripting history by electing its first female president, with Claudia Sheinbaum, former Mexico City mayor, being the frontrunner. While Xochitl Gálvez, the former senator and businessperson, is closely trailing behind her. Following the footsteps of President López Obrador, Claudia is leading the presidential race with a double-digit margin, being the most favored candidate to become the next Mexican president. In her high-spirited campaigning, Claudia promised to continue all of Obrador's neoliberal, market-oriented policies, such as offering apprenticeships to youths to dissuade them from joining drug cartels. On the other hand, her rival Ruiz, an outspoken former senator and a successful self-made businesswoman, is backed by a three-party coalition that has dominated the country's politics since 2000 against Obrador. She is a fierce critic of Obrador's policies, particularly criticizing his "hugs not bullets" policy of not confronting the drug cartels. Notably, under López Obrador, Mexico has more than doubled its still tragically low minimum wage to about $15 per day, and his Morena party is pushing market-oriented policies like manual labor, subsidies, and state-run companies. However, he believes that fighting the drug cartels, which have taken over larger swathes of Mexico, is a foreign idea, one imposed on Mexico by the United States, a policy largely criticized by Mexican opposition.